Hey everyone, so Pride Month is upon us, and today I'm going to show you some ways on how you can show your pride or how to celebrate in Welcome to Bloxburg. Let's get right into the video. And I know that this video is controversial to some people out there, but in the end we are just all people trying to survive, and no one is telling you what to be, how to think. If you don't accept it, that is completely okay, but just know that people won't disappear, and they are not changing your life by living theirs. So the first tip has to do with the kitchen. It's very subtle, but it's so much fun to do. So if you have a large kitchen, let's just quickly build one. You can also do that with your country's flag or whatever flag you want to add to your builds. And you can change the color of the handles actually. So let's change the material first because metal is quite dark. So changing it to this. And for this kitchen, we are going to make a trans flag. Now, trans people are people who are born in the wrong body. And yes, that is actually a thing. So I'm glad there is ways for people to change that. And you can just change the handle color. So I'm just going to copy paste that right now because I used plastic. Then the inner sides are a pinkish color. And then of course we have the white. And as you can see, whoa, that wasn't meant to happen. And as you can see, it's very subtle. If you want to make it stand out more, you can always paint your kitchen black. So we're gonna go for that, where is it? That twisted wood type of thing. And you can paint that in a darker color so that you have a really dark kitchen. Oh yeah, and wow, I have to do it over again now. That was not the smartest thing. And there we go, we have a trans flag kitchen. I think it looks super cute. Of course, if you want to do it with your country's flag, for example, I live in Belgium. So I really have to think about my flag now. So we have black, yellow, and red. And of course, as you can see, the color doesn't really match up to make the flag stand out. So I can always paint my counters again and do this over again as well. And red. I probably twisted the flag, but okay, it's a Belgian flag. Then moving on to tables, so adding your dining table. And I think this is a really fun one. We can actually use the standard LGBT flag or LGBTQ flag. I'm not that knowledgeable around the flags, so I'm really looking at a sheet with every flag because I can't remember them. Then adding these, I don't know what kind of chair I want. It doesn't really matter actually. And I want to paint the legs of my chairs first, so that I don't end up doing the same thing as I did in the kitchen where I copied colors over and then messed it up. And then we're just gonna make the rainbow flag that everyone knows. So red, orange, yellow, green, blue. Oh my god, this chair will make it look like you're in paint mode all the time, but that's okay. And then purple. And then of course, to add some spice to your table, you can always go into decorations, take the placemat, and do the same thing over, but in reverse. So we're gonna go red for this side, green for that side. Then purple for this one, blue for that one, orange for this placemat, and then yellow for that placemat. And I think that looks so much fun. Of course, we're gonna give it some material. And there we go, that's our table done. I would probably remove the placemats because in my opinion, it looks a little bit tacky, and I think the chairs are quite enough already because right now it's a little bit too much. So I would just go for the chairs or the placemats, but I wouldn't combine them because that's quite a lot on your table right now. Then moving out of the kitchen, we go into the living room. You can also do that on beds if you want to. So going into comfort and taking my favorite couch, I guess. So this one has pillows already. Let's not do that one. So let's go for the one that was added most recently. And we're gonna be creating some pillows. So going into the basic shapes, beveled, horizontal, cylinder. Just making that a little bit smaller than it is. And in the couch, we are going to be putting a non-binary flag. And a non-binary basically means that you don't want to be affiliated with boy or girls. It generally has to do with labels. So you don't really want to have a label. You just want to wear whatever you want. You don't see different types of clothing as made for girls or made for boys. You just see it as clothing. So that's a nice thing as well. And I appreciate people actually coming forward for this. So the non-binary flag has a yellow at the top, then white. We also have a purple in the flag, and we also have a black. So these pillows, not gonna resize them too much, just gonna keep them as is. Just moving the couch in here so that it looks like there's like pillows on the couch, even though the pillows are quite a lot. I kind of like how this turned out. I'm probably gonna be using that in my builds. And then of course, some very simple things that you can do as well is, for example, make a nice looking flag on your wall. So you go into the structural items, for example, the wooden plank this time. You can also make shelves. If you use the other type of wooden plank, you use the horizontal plank, you can make shelves with that. But that's not what we're going to do today. So I just want some decorative items on my wall. So for example, I want to create a nice little shape. Something like this maybe. I'm gonna move this plank over, if I can. Probably can't. Okay, gonna have to redo that one. Because I want to make it look a little bit artistic, just not like stacked on top of each other. And let's go for the pansexual flag this time. So material, we're going for the smooth plastic probably, or some type of wood maybe. I don't know what kind of wood I want to use for that one. Maybe something worn out would be pretty cool on the wall. But it's not purple that I need, it's actually pink. Wow, this is really hot pink. Then some yellow. Wait, let me just copy and paste the colors first. Then some yellow and then blue at the bottom. Need to find the right blue though. Something like this probably. And there you go, you have another type of decoration for your house. I think this looks pretty cool already. And as you can see, we're turning this into an entire house already. And then of course, something simple you can make with carpets as well. Just if you want to resize some carpets, you can always incorporate like the colors in it. So making it really, really small as possible. And then just lining it up. I want like a patched carpet almost. So something like this. And then we're going for a bisexual flag. And that means that you can love both boys and girls. It doesn't matter. You just fall in love with whoever the person is and not with what they have. So the bisexual flag has a lot of like dark pinkish purple at the top. I don't quite know if we have that color in Bloxburg. It's a pretty hard color to get actually. It looks something like that. And then there is some lighter purple. I'm so sorry if I do it wrongly. And then at the bottom there is some darker blue. Oh, this is even paint. And then of course, with the new lights that we can adjust in size, you can always get some lighting. So I'm looking for that singular lamp. There we go, that's the one that I needed. And I was going to do a lesbian flag. That's when two girls love each other. But I find so many different flags that I'm scared to offend someone. So I'm just gonna pick one of them. But I don't know if it's the correct one. And I'm sorry if it isn't. I'm just looking at it now. And I see like 4 different variations. So I don't quite know which one is the correct one. But I'll try my best. There's like one with orange and then there's one with complete pink. I'm gonna go for the one with the orange because we are doing lighting after all. But I'm sorry if that means something different. So just resizing the lights so that they have different heights and stuff like that. So I think this will work. It's not even centered above the table, but we tried our best. So starting with a deep red color. Moving on to a lighter orange, looking for light orange, there we go. Then we have a white, institutional white, love that. Then we move on to a pinkish color. Oh, I actually only needed 5 lights. I mean, I can throw a linen in there. Wait, that pink does not really, okay, that looks more pink. Then we go on to the purple pinkish color, so this. And then this slide, well, we can just remove that one. We don't need it. And there we go, we already have a pretty nice house filled with flags. And then of course outside, very simple things to do. You could just place some flowers and paint them in the flag that you want, of course. So we have gender queer, which is a light purple, a white, and then a green as well. I kind of like that within these flowers. So it's something like that, and then we can just like combine these colors if we want. Something like that. See, it doesn't even look like there's a flag in it, but at least you hid it in there. These are some nice things you can add for Pride Month. Of course, I'm not forcing anyone to add those, and if you don't agree with it, then you don't have to add those, but just respect that other people might feel that way, because after all, we're all different, and if we were all the same, that would be so boring. And then of course, for all the haters that are going to comment on the fact that I could have just placed a flag and be done with it, there you go. There's my flag. I'm gonna add a nice flag inside it, or a decal at least. There we go. It's a man on the moon or something like that with an LGBTQ plus flag. Very pretty. There we go. That's my tips for today. You can always use your own country's flag or just combine some colors and use them throughout your house. I know this is quite a lot. I would usually just pick a simple color palette. The things I love the most are probably like the subtle ones and then the art you can make with the wooden planks and stuff like that. But definitely the kitchen kitchen counters, I kind of like that. It adds something fun to it, and it also has a message behind it. So it definitely just adds some more value to me. I like the pillows in the sofa as well, and then some custom carpets could be really cool to make as well. The table is a little bit much for me, although I do like the lamps. But as you know, Bloxburg and lamp colors kind of don't match together, so yeah, it's kind of hard to make. So the table is probably my least favorite of all of these because it looks a little bit hectic. But for the rest, yeah, I kind of like how it turned out. So I'm gonna leave it at this. Happy Pride Month to everyone, and thank you for the straight allies who supported. You are amazing and you are confident, and I love that about you. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that like button and please subscribe.